Hi there, this is Elliot from My Drop Wizard. Today, we're going to go through how to set up CiviCRM on Drupal 8. You may recall David Snopek had a blog post on August 9th, 2017, where he described some steps that you can follow. So we're going to go right past getting started the easy way, and we're going to go to the full manual process just to show that this is actually pretty simple too. So you will see the very first step is to download and install the latest version of Drupal. I happen to have that in another tab here, Drupal 8.4.4. So let's go ahead and do that. Click on the download. We're going to save the link into our proper folder and rename it. Again, this whole process assumes that you have installed Drupal before, so I'm going to go relatively fast through the Drupal part. Okay, so that's downloaded, and now let's just click on that to expand it. As you can see, I'm on a Mac. This should be similar on Linux or Windows, as long as you have everything set up to do web development on it. Okay, so I have this in our proper folder here. I'm going to rename it to the proper folder name that I have set up on the server. Okay, then we'll open up the dev site. I'm running this on MAMP on a Mac. So I'm going to go through this Drupal 8 setup really quickly here. Kind of have it on fast forward. Don't be alarmed if you can't keep up. Yours might not go this fast. Hopefully it does go this fast. Takes a little while sometimes to install. I'm going to go ahead and read ahead onto step 2. So we're going to run these commands once the install process finishes. You see there's some comments below. There's quite a bit of interaction with a number of people that have tried this process and have given some feedback. All right, all about halfway done with the install. This process assumes that you have Composer installed on your system, Bower on your system, Git and wget. That's right in the instructions. There's a link to Bower to say how to install that. It does kind of assume you have Composer installed. That's really sort of a crucial component to utilizing Drupal 8. So if you're going to be installing something like CiviCRM, you're going to want to have Composer anyway. Okay, looks like we're done here. And just fill out our site information real quick to configure the site. Set up our country, time zone, all that kind of nonsense. Again, I'm doing this on a little bit of fast forward. Okay, we have a Drupal site set up. Very simple. So now let's go on with the steps. So we're just going to copy and paste these steps into our terminal in the root folder. So first thing, we want to get into our root folder where we have our Drupal site installed. I happen to have mine in Screencast CiviCRM demo. And that looks like a Drupal install. So now let's just go ahead and one by one, we're going to copy these instructions. Everything, again, that is not commented out, we're going to copy and paste. As simple as that. It's a good idea to have some understanding as to what these are doing, but you don't have to completely understand everything. Most of it's very well commented. So if something does go wrong, you have some recourse. You can see what it's supposed to do and check the comments below, see if anybody ran into a similar issue. On this particular system, I have not gone through this process. I've not set it up. So this should be very similar to what you're going through if you're setting this up. And again, the instructions were written way back in August, Drupal 8.3.7, I think, and we're at 8.4.4. So there's a potential that we could run into some issues here, but so far so good. Most of these things are setting up Composer. So right now it's doing some Composer install, downloading some packages, and I'm going a little bit on fast forward here, so yours may not go quite as quickly. This could take quite a while in some circumstances, but don't need to bore you with the details there. Okay, that's done. Now we're going to do another set here. Okay. Again, these are on fast forward a little bit, so don't feel like you have to keep up. You can pause this if you need to. Okay, and here we're using that Bower command that we installed. We're going to get the actual Drupal package for CiviCRM here. And just untar the package, expand it out. We're putting these things into a temp directory that's going to later be removed. Set up the version, copy over some SQL. And then just some cleanup things here. Copy some essentials over. Almost done, just a few more steps here. And again, I'm just copying and pasting right from that sample script file that David created. Okay, and then we head into this home stretch here. We're just cleaning up the temp files. Okay, so we're at the bottom of that script. Now we're on to step number 3. Now I am using Apache. I'm running MAMP, which includes Apache and Nginx. But as you can see, I'm running Apache. It's got the little check mark there, and the server's on, so that's what I'm running. So we're going to go ahead and follow the instruction for that, which is to remove the vendor.htaccess file. Now there's a caveat there that it's probably not perfect security for production, but just to get things set up and working, that's what we want to have set up. Okay, so there's the htaccess file. We'll go ahead and remove that. Okay, and go back up a folder. Okay, so that's all set. Now we're going to go into the modules directory, and we're going to clone this repo. Okay, that went really quickly. Okay, now we're going to go right to the Drupal site under extends. I'm going to copy and paste this path, but this is just the admin modules, so you can paste that in there or you can click through. Under extend, I'm just going to search for Civi. So we want to install the CiviCRM module. Probably only need the core, but I'm just going to go ahead and install all 3 just to see if anything breaks. So click, 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 install. And that will happen pretty quickly. And then once that install is completed, we should see a CiviCRM pop up at the top, and sure enough, we do. So now we are at step 6, which says to log out and log back in again. I'm not sure if we still need to do that, but why not? It's not hard to do. So we'll click on admin there and log out. Okay, we're logged out. Let's log back in. And we see our CiviCRM is installed. And once we click on it, it's loading up CiviCRM, and this looks like a CiviCRM install. You'll see that gives us a little bit of configuration that we need to do on the CiviCRM side, but those are things that need to be set up, things like mailboxes and etc. So those are things you need to customize for your site, for your CiviCRM install. Everything looks as it should be. So let's just go ahead and see if we can add a contact. Sure enough, the standard contact page loads right up, right inside of Drupal. So there you have it. That's how to set up CiviCRM on Drupal 8. If you run into any problems at all, please leave some comments on our blog. Subscribe to our blog, subscribe to our mailing list. We try to help out everybody in the CiviCRM Drupal communities on getting this stuff all functional and awesome. Thanks for listening.